Despite El Nino remaining active, heavy rainfall has become a theme in eastern Australia through the last 5 weeks. We'll discuss why it is raining and the lessons to be learned from the Queensland floods. I'm joined by Sky News weather meteorologist Rob Sharpe. Rob, yes, we've been talking a lot about this and there's been a lot of discrepancy and chat on weather forecasting and so forth. So what can you clarify for us?
Yeah, so particularly in terms of El Nino and the fact that many people were expecting dry weather to still be continuing through summer, I think some people took the word El Nino to mean more than it actually does. So it's a weather driver, so it enhances dry weather across Australia, but it doesn't guarantee that. And its main influence is through winter and spring. And so through November, historically, every second El Nino event, there's been significant rain in the east through November, but during December, much of eastern Australia actually sees near normal rainfall with El Nino events, and so many people don't realise that. And so we've been seeing the wetter than usual weather over the last 5 weeks or so.
So what do you think we can learn from this particular event that we've seen over the last few weeks?
I think for many people, the thing to take away from this is that El Nino does not guarantee dry weather. No climate driver guarantees dry weather, and no forecast is perfect either. I mean, the Bureau's forecast was that we were expecting was a greater chance than usual of drier than usual weather, but they weren't guaranteeing it to stay dry, and neither were we at Sky News Weather either. It's just an increased chance of drier than usual weather, particularly through the past season.
Very complicated, isn't it? And there's a lot of different factors that you have to forecast and a lot of different models from here, America, all over the place as well.
Yeah, and so that really played a role in trying to understand what was going on, especially with the Queensland floods, for instance. So I think the Bureau did a really good forecast for the system as it made landfall as a tropical cyclone. Their tracking of the cyclone was pinpoint, very clear and accurate. But then the thing that was really tricky with this system is once it made landfall, forecast models really struggled to grapple with exactly what the system was going to do. Most of them took it west and into the Gulf. We were even flagging the potential that the remnants could make its way all the way to Darwin as a possibility. But then the system essentially stalled over the Cape York, and we ended up seeing that rain really intensifying in far north Queensland.
All right, we've got about 20 seconds to go, but a lot of Queenslanders did feel that they didn't get that proper warning there in Queensland. So what do you think the Bureau could have done differently?
I think they just needed to be quicker at changing their forecast thinking. So the thought was it was going to keep going west, and they started cottoning on to the idea that it wasn't going to move west and the rain was going to move east again, and they were just a little bit too slow in communicating that forecast change. They said that they communicated that to authorities during the afternoon, but then it wasn't until 9:46 p.m. that they actually issued the warning.
All right, Rob, always great to see you. Thank you very much.
No worries.